Well, last week Massa said he had hopes of racing in the end-of-season Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, but as I mentioned, that's been ruled out by his team. As for Abu Dhabi itself, well, it's getting ready for its Formula One debut. Hundreds of millions of dollars have been spent on building a new circuit to host the finale of the F1 season and what will be the biggest sporting event the United Arab Emirates has ever seen. Andy Richardson reports.
It's a noise Abu Dhabi will have to start getting used to. On November the 1st, the United Arab Emirates will host its first ever Grand Prix. But bringing Formula One to town doesn't come cheap. What Abu Dhabi lacks in sporting history, it's more than making up for in ambition. At a time when other F1 venues and teams have been hit by the global recession, this circuit has been built for a cost of around $1.5 billion. The payback will start on race day with all the international exposure that brings. Around 600 million TV viewers will be tuning in.
This will be the biggest event, sport event in the history of United Arab Emirates, and that's the way we do it. We have an event, we deliver it in a good way that the world will always remember.
The guys are going to strap you in.
So what sort of driving experience does a few $100 million buy you? Time to slip into a fireproof suit and find out. Thankfully for all concerned, I was just to be a passenger in a modified two-seater F1 car. If every picture tells a story, then this is the story of a man who feels like his internal organs have just been placed in a liquidizer. Track test driver Jamie Campbell-Walter is calmly hitting a top speed of more than 300 kilometers an hour. The cars will be going even quicker on race day as they accelerate down the longest and fastest straight in the sport. Apparently, there are more astronauts in the world than licensed F1 drivers, and at times like this, it's not hard to understand why.
It's like being strapped to a washing machine on a spin cycle and then thrown repeatedly off a building and then smashed into a wall. It's still quite enjoyable, but unbelievable.
Thankfully, my driver had a slightly more considered and reasoned analysis as to what had just happened.
When we hit that pedal, we're applying with one leg 110 kilos of pressure. We're doing that 17 times a lap. Then do that for 70, 80 laps. You can see that you know it's quite physically demanding. Concentration level has to be maximum, because if it's not, if you miss that breaking point by a metre, you're off.
The world's best will soon get their chance to test themselves at what will be the final race of the season, and the world title could well be decided here. Money, it seems, really can buy you a piece of sporting history. Andy Richardson, Al Jazeera, Abu Dhabi.